Well, thanks to you both. Hello and welcome to the show. First tonight, they're often referred to as the Outback Angels, and for many people, they really do perform miracles. Our Royal Flying Doctors provide round-the-clock assistance to almost 300,000 Aussies living in remote areas, including many in South Australia. Now, Francesca Belperio recently joined them on one of their missions.
They're part of the big Outback family.
How have you been going recently?
I've been feeling pretty good.
They're the Outback Angels. Every 2 minutes, someone somewhere in Australia needs help from above. It's first light in Port Augusta, and we're at the heart of the state's Royal Flying Doctors Service. This is where the miracles start.
They've saved my life.
Rain, hail or shine, the RFDS is on call, ready to rush to the most remote locations. Base manager Phil Moran says there's no such thing as a typical day.
We see far more patients in a clinical environment than what we deal with in an emergency environment. And that's about trying to prevent somebody from having a heart attack than to have to provide an emergency service to pick them up when they've had the heart attack.
Today, we're flying over the iconic Birdsville track and landing at Dalcanina Cattle Station for what's called a clinic run.
It's an excellent service, and I don't know what we'd do without it.
This has been home to the Bell family for 7 generations, 2,500 square kilometres of dry red dust, stretching as far as the eye can see.
Marie's 84 kilometres away and Lee Creek's 206 kilometres away.
For Daryl and his family, the RFDS is their lifeline, and most recently for his daughter Shannon.
She's actually been flown out a couple of times, and she got thrown off a horse down the front here. Tore all the face. Sorry.
Take your time.
I just hate seeing my kids hurt.
If I've got a sick child, or you do, and I live in Port Augusta and you live in Adelaide, and something goes wrong, I've got options that I can ask my neighbour for help. I can put the child in a car and take them to a hospital, or I can dial AAA. If you live at Mungarani Station, there is nothing you can do. You are on your own. It's a privilege to be in that situation, to offer assistance to those people and to talk to them in these times of high stress and anxiety. Just until we can confirm with them that, yep, the plane's on the way and it will be there.
As the docs fly in, the Bell family and the Oldfields from nearby Clayton Station are ready for their monthly checkup, a little known but regular part of the service.
You don't think we'd have blood taken?
No, haven't yet.
You love it.
Shane is getting a routine blood test on board.
Just these monthly clinics and checkups, it's fantastic, especially when our, babies were small and that, and for Deb and that, for the kids, it was fantastic. It gives us that sense of security too, having them around, because we know they're only a couple of hours away if something happens. It's just not for the people in the Outback as well. We do live here and understand that, but tourist people that are going past all the time and things like that.
But at any moment, the winds can change. Back at the Port Augusta control room, staff field hundreds of calls daily, any one of which could be a medical emergency.
We recently had one at William Creek. We went up there at night and there was a rollover up there, and so we went up there and brought those people down to Adelaide. That's probably the most satisfying, because you feel that's really what the RFDS is about.
The one that really sort of knocked us off our feet really was transporting a small child from one of the remote towns, one of the bigger remote towns, with what proved to be invasive meningococcal disease, who succumbed to that disease basically as we arrived in Adelaide. So we actually picked him up from where he was and just progressively got sicker and sicker and sicker, and it was just felt utterly hopeless, helpless if you like. And the mother came down with us on the aircraft, so she was there with us.
Thankfully, there are no emergencies today, and so with pilot Neil Tucker leading the way, we fly on to Maree.
So that all looks perfectly normal. That baby's a perfect size, got lovely heartbeat.
Dr Stephen Ballard and the team have already checked over 30 patients at the clinic. That's a third of the town's population.
It's physically demanding. It's probably most demanding on the ground, particularly in summer because it's very, very hot. We may come here to consult. We may not even land here. We might have got to get a call from the base saying we've had such and such happen at such and such a station, or can you deal with it?
And now here's your chance to spend a day with the dogs. Just visit the RFDS stand at the Royal Adelaide Show and enter the competition for you and 3 friends to fly across the outback in the Pilatus PC-12.
Here's your chance to come fly with me and the Royal Flying Doctors and spend a day out in the country and see what it's all about.
In the meantime, the Outback Angels are winging their way across the country, ready to come to the rescue from out of the blue.
It's a great job. It's a great feeling to be doing something that is very Australian, and we were the first aeromedical sort of service in the world, and it's something to be proud of as an Australian.
They never ever hesitate to be there when you really need them.
Great stuff. And don't miss that display at the show and your chance to experience a flight following those extraordinary doctors. Francesca Belperio with that report.